I invite Dr. S. Lingamurthy, coordinator of the program, for the welcome address.
Respected dignitaries of the dais and on the dais, Professor Pattu Satyanarayan sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Central University of Karnataka, today's chief guest, Dr. Shashil Namoshiji, Honorable Member Legislative Council, Karnataka State, today's keynote speaker, Shri Kasturi Raka Sudhakar Rauji, senior journalist and social scientist, and my colleague, Dr. Arjun Rao, faculty, Department of History, and Dr. Ramya, assistant professor, Department of History, respected deans, heads, coordinators, and dear student friends. Today, we are not celebrating anything. We are memorizing the tragedy which was happened on 14th August, midnight. On one side, it's the independence, and on the other side, it is complete untrust. And the fire which was happened. And this is an occasion to understand why it has happened, what were the factors, and what is the importance of memorizing those horrors today. Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, announced last year, 14th August will be observed as Partition Horrors Remembrance Day. And as part of that, as per the direction of Ministry of Culture and University Grants Commission, we are gathered here and we have inaugurated the photo exhibition today, which was depicting the horror stories of partition. If really you want to understand India, that is Bharat. If you want to know why this kind of tragedies over tragedies, not a single tragedy, happened on our motherland. There is a shloka in Vishnu Purana that Uttaramyat Samudrasya Himadres Chaiva Dakshinam Varsham Tad Bharatam Nama Bharati Yatra Santati. That means the land which is southern part of Himalayas, the land which is northern part of Indian Ocean is called Bharat, and those who dwells on this land are called as Bharatas. Now it is crystal clear what are the boundaries to Bharat. There is no man-made artificial boundary to this country. Only natural boundaries on the northern side Himalayas and the southern side Indian Ocean. Nothing else in between. And this entire land is called Bharat. And this Bharat was a superpower economically till 1857, which is undivided Bharat. And when British occupied, after failure of first independence war in 1857, the British occupied directly and started ruling from the London. And then onwards, if you want to understand our economy as well as our territory, the economy had declined, the territory also had declined. For namesake, I want to give some information. When the partition, the bisects again and again happened over India. When British occupied this country directly in 1857, the first bisect happened in 1876. Our Gandhara Desh became Afghanistan. And the second partition happened in 1904 with liberating Nepal. And third partition happened in 1906 in the name of Bhutan. And fourth partition happened in 1914 in the name of Tibet. And next, the partition happened in 1937 in the name of Burma. And in 1939 in the name of Sri Lanka. And we know what happened in 1947. The way the territory had been declined, our economy also had declined. And there is a masterpiece background to complete destroy this country also. And in the process, they had success. While millions of people are struggling and fighting for liberating the motherland from the British clutches, they penned that this country should not be liberated as it is. And they have started divide and rule. And that's the reason our country, when British occupied, then onwards the division completely happened from 1876 to 1947. And exactly our economy had also declined. If you look at Professor Utsa Patnaik, from 1857 to 1933, our economy had loot out about $45 trillion. Now, after 75 years of independence, we are striving for $5 trillion of economy, but we lost $45 trillion of economy. And in the same way, when partition happened, the millions of people inhumanly tortured, burned, raped, sold out openly, and they pushed out from their own motherland, their own villages devastated. They had nothing. Children came without parents, and parents came without children to Delhi. Brothers came without sisters, sisters came without brothers, and wives came without husbands, and husbands came without wives. This was the torture and burnt and tragedy over humanity. And when the partition had been decided in 1945, in the month of May, they had not decided that on which day it will be partitioned and what are the boundaries. To your information, the boundaries had been made out after 2 years of independence. In 1947 and 1949, Ratcliffe line had been finalized. So in that particular time, so what could be happened during that time we can imagine. And we have the person who is from victimized family during partition also, we are going to listen her. And today we are gathered here to understand what happens if we lose our own motherland and why we should be united for the nation. I was in JNU, I am witnessed, लोग बोलते हैं इस देश एक टुकड़ा है, ये कोई टुकड़ा नहीं है. In the temple of democracy in parliament, Srimati Sushma Swaraj ji made a clear statement. ये कोई किसी का टुकड़ा नहीं है, हर कंकर कंकर हमारे लिए शंकर है. और आगे बताते हैं, अगर बहते हुए गंगा जी का कोई खान खुल के सुनता है, एक ही आवाज आएगा, वो क्या है? भारत माता की जय. इसलिए I am the witness in JNU what happened in 2015, in 2016, because of some ideologies. And we know what kind of ideologies made this country in vivisect. And before partition, when the partition proposal comes to the commission, and Gandhiji said, bisect, if you want to bisect this country, before that, you should vivisect my body, vivisect my head. Then only I will allow you to bisect this country. But without vivisect of anybody, this country has been bisected, and we have a lot of people who have lost everything, their families, parents, villages, lands, properties, everything. And we have eminent speakers to listen from them. So with this, I would like to welcome you all and welcome dignitaries. Thank you.